So we have some major Cronos coin news. It's finally happening. We do have the burn number that has been revealed for the amount of burns that we will be having for this coin. We were also going to be talking about the price action for today and what will be happening with this burn. All I ask from you are two things, which is to smash that like button and to subscribe to the channel as well. So a tweet was announced just recently, I believe yesterday, from Cronos themselves saying get ready for the Crow burn as a community pool inches towards 50 million Crow on the Cronos POS chain. And the reason as to why this is big, because it will be the first ever token burn. As you can see over here, the Cronos community pool is nearing that 50 million Crow and the threshold will then trigger that. And once the initial burn passes, stakeholders will then decide between occasional threshold triggered burns or a calendar based burn schedule. And we will be taking a look at these schedules. I personally would like a calendar based burn schedule, but I know that other people have different opinions. And so this news is obviously good. Now a lot of people are going to be complaining or being disappointed by the fact that it is only a 50 million Crow burn. And the reason as to why that is because of the fact that yes, it is a small drop in the ocean and it's not going to do that much damage to the supply, right? As you know, the supply for Cronos coin is currently standing at around about 25.2 billion, and that's the circulating supply. Again, for that 50 million, we won't even be able to make a dent in it. Of course, a bigger burn would have been so much better. For example, 1 billion, at least we could have knocked off another billion from the supply and we could have went down to 24 billion. But that doesn't really matter. We have to focus on what we have currently got, which is at 50 million, and at least we are getting some sort of momentum. And again, guys, don't just focus on the burns for this coin because of the fact that this is crypto.com. It is an exchange platform and we don't need to rely on burns as much compared to other coins. So 50 million again is really good. And so again, this is the key thing, that this amount has been proposed by network stakeholders. I've personally not seen anything yet that has actually been burned, so I will have to keep an eye on it. However, we do know that the burn is coming soon and that 50 million is that number. And so in terms of going forward for the burns, we do want sustainable burning, right? And so what we want for this is basically a good structure. And so are we going to be having a threshold triggered model or a calendar based governance? You'll see over here that with the threshold model, or what it basically means is that you hit a predefined amount. And so it could be anything like 10 million, 15 million or 20 million Crow. And once you hit that amount, then another burn event would automatically kick in. So that is based on with the threshold that you meet for the particular number. Whereas with the calendar based governance, you'll actually be able to have the burns that will be happening at intervals like quarterly, for example, and that would trigger a burn regardless of the amount. And so because of that, I would preferably prefer a calendar based model. But let me know what you guys think in the comment section, if it should be a threshold triggered model or a calendar based one, and what you would prefer. So let's have a look at the price action for today. We are down by 1.54% on the 1 day chart. We are currently trading at that 9 cent mark. Again, we have come quite low, so we're just on the edge of the 9 cents, and it looks like as if we could be going to the downside. But let's see how strong Cronos coin is. For the volume, we are down by 12.6%. Again, volume is very low. We're actually at 11.5 million in the volume. Circulating supply is at 25.2 billion. If we have a look at what has been happening today, again, we've pretty much been staying at that low range of the 9 cents. We had a bit more volume actually happening yesterday at 30 million, so around about 2 million more. And you can see we basically have been sideways trading. If we have a look at 7 day chart, we're down by just under 1%. And originally we were in the high range for the 9 cent level, with volume being much higher at around about 30 million. And we did actually go back down to the low levels, but then we sort of had a nice little rally. Unfortunately, we were so close to the 10 cent level, but we weren't able to sustain it with that volume of around about just under 28 million, and we have come back down. And you can see that we have gone to the downside as of now. Looking at the 1 month chart there, however, we are still up by 52.88%, and we were actually able to hold that 10 cent level for a little bit of time, even though it was short lived. However, I do believe that we are still doing good for Cronos coin despite only being at 9 cents, considering the fact that we basically doubled in our price. And as long as we don't go back to that 5 cent level, I don't think that we should be worrying as much. For the overall general crypto market, we are down by 8.34% on the 24-hour volume, and we are at 46.54 billion. So we have come down in volume. I believe a couple of days ago it was at around about 55 billion. And so again, nothing to worry over here. Cronos is doing really well with the price action and also with the burn news. Guys, if you want daily Cronos coin news, subscribe to the channel and like the video as well.